This is Alex Yu and you're watching the Ragin Ronin review. Today I have a review for you. Actually I have two reviews. I'm going to review Source Code and I'm going to review Hanna. I know it's a little bit late, but I want to review every movie that I've seen, and we're going to start off with Source Code. So, before I begin, Source Code got 9 out of 10 at Rotten Tomatoes. Basically all the reviews that they compiled up at Rotten Tomatoes equated to 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. So, I went in with quite a few high expectations. Actually, it was a good movie. It was a simple production, but a complex story. Now, what that really means is that, like, you can have Inception, which has a complex story and a huge production, right? But this was a very simple production, meaning that it took place in a train and it took place in an office, some defense headquarters or something. There was only really 2 major locations. But the story was very complex. Now it revolves around this technology which allows them to go back to the last 8 minutes of a guy's life before he dies, and they can just keep on doing that over and over again so that they can find clues to another terrorist attack. So it plays out like a video game. Like, you have so many lives and then you repeat that same level until you beat it. So, that was a very interesting concept to me. But I actually don't think that it is as great as the critics say it is, but I've actually seen this movie and it was called Deja Vu, and they were saying that the source code is an actual invention in defense, but it does not involve time travel. Now this is the part where it gets confusing, because Deja Vu involves time travel and parallel universes. Well, they're saying that this does not involve time travel, but there are parallel universes. So I think this is the part where it really makes you think, or just confuses the hell out of the audience, because you have Jake Gyllenhaal and he's screaming and yelling like, "What the hell is this thing that I'm in? Like, what do you have me in?" And then he's freaking out and he says, "I'm not gonna continue this mission until you explain to me what this is." And then Vera Farmiga, which is one of my favorite female actresses, she says to Jeffrey Wright, "Should we tell him?" And he says, "I don't know if we should tell him." And then he's like, "Sir, I think we need to tell him." And then he says, "Okay. Okay, fine, I'll tell him." And then Jeffrey Wright goes, "So this is how it works. So, it's like this, and it's kind of like this and that and this and that." And then, he explains it all within, anywhere between 30 seconds and a minute, and then the audience is supposed to go, "Oh, okay, that's how it works, I get it." No, it's not that simple. It's actually really complicated, and that is the problem that I had with the film. They didn't bother to explain it in further detail, because in Deja Vu they explained it so well, you totally got it, and even though there could be some more questions, you still got those questions answered. But in this movie I just felt that it was a little too simple. It was a unique concept, but it was a little too simple. This is just my personal opinion, but I mean, it was entertaining, it was a good movie, but I didn't think it was totally mind-blowing, so I give it a 7 out of 10. Now I'm going to review Hanna now. When I saw the trailer, it was totally unexpected. I was just watching it with absolutely no knowledge of it whatsoever, and then all of a sudden I just felt, this actually looks like a pretty good movie. I actually want to watch it. And so I did watch it, and before I went into it, I was thinking that this is Born Identity, but with a 16-year-old girl. It's actually not that. Born Identity is more about Matt Damon trying to discover about his origins. But Hanna actually has a lot more heart in it. There's actually more of a human story, as opposed to this guy wants to get from point A to point B and beats up a whole bunch of bad guys. In Hanna, there is relationships are developed, discoveries are made, characters are developed, and that's what makes it great, because you're not just waiting for Hanna to kick ass, which she does really good, by the way, but you feel for her character. You just think that this is a 16-year-old girl, right? There's a level of innocence involved, and that's what makes the whole story very engaging. And of course the story is driven by action pieces here and there, and she really kicks ass. I really like this girl, and I'm actually glad I went to watch this. I must confess, I watch a lot of big budget, big studio productions, but this is a smaller production which I actually wanted to watch. They really rely more on characters. They really use everything they can to make it entertaining with just characters, and that's what really makes this movie work. And with the soundtrack produced by the Chemical Brothers, it took the movie to another level. Anyways, I give this one an 8.5 out of 10. In fact, this is probably the best movie I've seen in 2011 so far, and I don't think anything can top that at the moment. That's my review for Hanna and Source Code. If you have any comments about it, leave them on the comment section below. And this is Alex Yu. Thanks for watching the Ragin Ronin review. Peace.